How about your psychological state, your personal state?
Well, you see, we uh, I can speak about the main feeling in the region, that we don't feel dejection or some uh, frustration. You see, we have to hold back pressure of the invader, first of all, and so we we are able, and we need to stand by, and not only to stand by. And our purpose and our aim of volunteers is um, to make the shortest way how to help in such fields where the country or the state is impossible, and it doesn't matter why. For the government, it's impossible.
Yeah.
It's possible for us, it's possible for Dasha, and it's possible for all friends of Ukraine, and uh, it's common interest to stop, uh, thanks to our army and thanks to general help from General West. I also mean Japan. I can say, I can send you that Australia also help us with military vehicles. And so we must stand by Russian propaganda, and we must understand that it's not about local conflict. It's the question of our common values. And if we speak about freedom, if we speak about human rights, Ukraine now is on the frontier of this battle. And that's why our you see, our feeling and our emotions, they are looking forward, and we say one each other each day that the best day is the day after today. You see, it's always tomorrow is the best day.
Yeah.
So going back to earlier and piggybacking on the question that you just answered for Yaniq, you were talking about smiling earlier, and you were talking about the weather and what's going on there. Tell us a little about of how you keep your head straight and you keep your focus and you still are able to see the beauty around you in this war.
Well, the beauty of this of the period, yes. Mm, mm, we just don't want to give up, first of all.
We know why and what for we are and against what we are fighting. So
yes, we have a lot of friends, and we feel that we have a lot of friends, and we have not just economic or political coalitions, but it's the coalition of well-being and with smart mentality people, you see. And so it's common values we are fighting for, and it's not difficult for us when we feel such help, such aid from different countries, from different people, and that's the main idea of this conversation also. And what about feeling of beauty, Tasha? I'm sorry, I will end 2 words. Of course, it's unusual for Ukrainians in such a period of when we have a lot of we are agricultural country, and it's a period of farmers, of course, and they're growing everything on fields. And this time we lost 1/3 of our fields. It's it's a big amount of fields. And so Russia now begins the crisis on Middle East with food, indeed, because Ukraine and Russia also. We are two big exporters of food to Africa, to Middle East, and so it's now a big problem with food.
Yeah,
For sure.
Yeah, it's one of the result of this short period of war. It's only 76 days, you see, only.
For sure. And earlier I was asking you about what are the best weather conditions that are advantageous for you to fight. Can you answer that again?
First of all, when we have some degrees below zero, of course, this situation was at the beginning of this war, and so Russians lost a lot of people because they were frozen at all, because they don't have conditions to stay in fields, and so they frozen up. Nowadays, for us, what about weather? I think that it will be better if it will be rainy, a lot of rains, because it's difficult to attack when it's rainy for troops. And for us, while we are waiting for armory and for helmets and for so on and so forth, it's better to wait for 2 weeks of rains.
Got it. Cool. Does anybody have any?
Даша, ну скажи что-нибудь о нас.
I just would like to say that if there are any Americans that would love to deliver and to deliver helmets and a bulletproof vest to Ukraine, you are welcome. You know where we are, where to find us.
Anybody in the audience that wants to help, that's in America, go ahead and contact any of us on the social media, and we'll forward you to the right place.
Yes, and that's anybody, not even just America. If you want to help with money, with anything, we'll find a way. We'll connect you.
Tactical equipment, tactical clothes, first of all, gloves and Panamas. Now it's summertime. We need Panamas, and it's with the camouflage, this coloring. And so it's difficult to find. Old Panamas, they are white or red or yellow, and we need camouflage.
Camouflage, the colors green, olive, exactly. And the tactical gloves, which are now for summer, and tactical glasses. Yeah, even tactical rucksacks, backpacks, but yeah, mainly something that people can be protected while again fighting for all of us, for fighting for justice. And these are simple things that every person could help with, and they need money. And it's also why it's difficult, because you know that they are in need of so many things, and you just go crazy. Wow, you don't know where to start with. You know, there's a panic. Where I get panic when I don't know where to start with, and I tried everywhere. You know. And look in for many things at the same time, and then finally sometimes you're not so effective, and because of the state of panic you don't have a clear head sometimes. So that's why the support of everyone would be very, very appreciated and very valuable. And again, in America probably there are some retired soldiers are listening to us, and they would have some really quality things, even they are old or used. You know, everything helps. One thing can help one person who can, do what they do in good conditions. So you don't need to, if you can't do a lot in one time, but again, if one by one people start to help and realize that they can help by just buying one thing, or just donating for one thing, that's already one thing. And it's concrete person that will be helped again. And believe me, it's a great feeling. It's a great feeling when you help. And what I wanted to say before, it really gives us energy that we have friends like this and people who support Ukraine. Because every time someone brings me something that I need, that Mike tells me I need this, and people bring me this, a correct thing, and you know, it's like a balsam on my soul. It's like for the moment I feel good, you know, then okay, I have it, and then the next thing, you know, like for me, like because I have this huge list, for me it's like okay, it's still something. First I was not realizing that it's still something. For me it was just it's not enough, it's not enough, I need 100 of those or something like this. But with the time, people also help me and say, look, you did already something, and there are other people who are helping, so okay, you know, try to deal with it. You can't help the whole world because you want to stop this war. So every one of us, we just want this war to be stopped, you know, first of all. And then we see it's not changing much still, but at the same time, we need to realize this is a concrete person who's being helped, and it's already, and we're doing it some, you know, impact. And so yes. And then I encourage people to start to find ways, if you haven't yet, because it gives you, first of all, energy, a great feeling, and then you see how powerful you are in doing every time a bit more and a bit more and a bit more. And then you see that, for me, it's always so beautiful when I see that people really like are so open to help. And sometimes it happens like, yeah, so easily that people like are doing something when they the connection is good, when they trust you, and it's just really so beautiful. And that's why I think that Ukraine is still holding. It's really because of the whole world is, or the people that understood that they need help are helping really. And I think Mike can confirm, right?
And lots of heart too for the Ukrainian people.
Yeah.
Thank you, friends.
Thank
Yes.
you. Still, you want to say something, Mihail or Darya?
I want to say that thanks to you, more people can hear and can ask themselves what their own attitude to the war. First of all, we don't even ask about any help or any money. What your own attitude, what your side you take, everyone. And I thank you very much for this under 11 of this problem. And it's very important that we try to share anti-fake and anti-Russian propaganda information, and you attract the attention to the problem also of refugees, because it's a great problem for Ukraine. Now we have about more than 5.5 million of entirely transported or migrated people. It's
inside
a big
Ukraine or outside Ukraine?
From inside, outside.
So 5.5 left
Ukraine.
Ukraine.
5.5. Yes, and it's 10% of the population, and it's our wives, it's our children, and though, for example, my son, he is now in Kiev because it's under war time or military time. We all men must stay in Ukraine from 18 up to 60 years old. All the men must stay in Ukraine.
Yes.
And so we stay, and we try our best, and it's very pleasant to have such even discussions and to see how many people all over the world are resonating with our problem, with our pain, first of all. And thank you very much. You're all welcome. And I think that sometime after the war, we'll have the opportunity to visit everyone and
Yes,
to give
definitely. You
our
can join me.
handshakes. Yeah,
Yes.
thank you.
Thank you for these
Thank
words.
you.
Yeah, and I encourage everyone to comment to what Mike just said. Probably your just reflection on what is happening, and also to see your support. And also, again, when you want to do some concrete actions, you can reach out to some organizations. I'm sure in every city and small village, people are doing something. For example, I'm also helping near Basel to one family, great family, an American, by the way. Probably we could do a video with them. They are just great in helping the refugees, and they're helping me as well. And I was helping them to start like a meeting point, to organize it near Basel. So yeah, it's a small village, and they're still doing great stuff there. And yeah, in many places that is either advertised or not, things are happening. So yeah, you can find someone around you who is doing already something, and just be a part of the team. And it's, as I said, a great feeling. And yeah, it would be nice to hear whether these conversations also influenced you in some way, you started doing something, or in general, yeah, to hear your opinion of the audience. Thank you very much. And guys, you are incredible from the beginning. Really, we appreciate it so much. The informative stuff is, as we said, is very, very important. And yeah, thank you for your interest, all your questions. It's incredible to have you, such friends. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you
Thank
for
you.
sharing.
Thank you. Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Steve?
Peace.
Peace. Okay, peace.
We'll hear each other
Peace.
soon again.
Peace.
Yes.
Big
Yeah.
hug.